welcome to another episode of G Block Wildcat News. To start us off today, attendance is one of the major high school issues in schools across the country. We want to see what our school may be interested in doing to incentivize more students to come to school. Most students found a later start time would be a great incentive.
Maybe if school started later, then I would be able to have more time to get ready.
Definitely starting it later in the day. I feel like 7:30 is really early for us because some people don't go to bed till like 12:30 or say like 12, and you don't get as much sleep as you need.
If it started later. Have the day start like later at like 8 a.m. so I have more time to wake up and get ready.
Attendance becomes more of an issue as students get older.
As the grades, at the younger grades, our attendance is really good. As you can imagine, as we go from grade 9, 10, 11, 12, it slowly gets worse.
Mr. Hanna is interested in using mentors to incentivize students to come to school.
So one thing is we have to try to use our resources as best we can. I think having mentors, where it's our older kids or mentoring kids that we identify early to find out what's bothering them, why aren't they coming to school. We also can do a better job of having our kids feel more comfortable to share with their staff or the guidance department what is it that's preventing them from coming to school.
Overall, most students don't want incentives for attendance and lean more towards schedule change and later start time. The admin is not set on any incentives to give students to come to school more. The next piece will be on better options for the useless lockers. Now, we go to the reporter, 2026 senior, Matthew Walsh.
Thanks, Bryce. Today we'll be interviewing some students and faculty members about what they think about the high school lockers.
Wow, Matt Walsh, that's a great question. Are you referring to the lockers in the hallways or in the locker rooms?
I'm referring to the high school lockers.
So I don't think they should be replaced. If anything, if we wanted to increase the number of lockers, we could add some more. Right now, I think that they are suitable for a kid's backpack and any other belongings that they need. In all honesty, only our middle schoolers take advantage of it. I think we have 5 high school kids that actually have a locker.
Less than half high school students use lockers.
Yes, I think they should because lockers are useless for the upstairs.
We would have to designate some more spaces for that, and that way, for example, like I know you agree that this is a good idea, that kids can't have their phones in school, right, Matt? That's a good idea, right? So if they wanted to put them in their lockers, grades 9 through 12, everybody would need their own locker, right? Because we don't want somebody's cell phone to get stolen when we take those away, yeah.
Many students believe there is better use for hallway space.
They could be replaced for more artwork and just more decoration around school.
Great question. So like the long locker so they could fit things in. Good point. It's space. Obviously when you build a new school, even the old schools in the 70s were built with very small locker space, especially for poster boards. Any student that wants to bring something large in, especially artwork, we'll find a place for those. Our teachers actually have drawers in the art room that allow students to store student artwork. But if they needed something to be kept down here in the main office, they're welcome to keep anything down here that they needed to.
Mm-hmm. There should be more space for people to put their belongings.
I mean, no one's using them already. Why spend the town's money just to replace them?
There's only like 3 kids that use them. They could be, used for so much more space.
Many students and faculty members in the high school prefer if the lockers be replaced.
Honors and AP classes are often seen as a pathway to success, but what is the reality behind the workload and the expectations? AP classes are designed to mirror college-level work and pushing students to manage heavier workloads and stricter expectations.
AP courses, in my experience, and for math specifically, are governed by the College Board, so they dictate curriculum and the pace and the ideas of the AP mimics or actually takes the place of a college semester course.
Students choose advanced classes because they want to challenge themselves and prepare for future opportunities.
It's more motivating to do my AP work since I'm trying to get college credit for it.
The experiences help them build stronger time management and study skills.
It helps you manage a big workload.
Utilize the resource, which is the teacher or small study groups, or go online and find a tutorial. But don't just sit there spinning your wheels and struggling.
The pressure to succeed in honors and AP classes can sometimes create stress that extends beyond the classroom.
so many things to memorize, so many units, and the test is a completely different thing. And it's all preparing you for that. You're going to be burnt out.
Teachers work to challenge students academically while also making sure the workload stays manageable.
We have many topics, over 100 topics that we have to fit in less than 90 days. So how I manage that is by being available to my students all the time.
Students taking multiple advanced classes often have to balance academics with sports, activities, jobs, and their personal lives.
In addition, balancing the AP expectations with other, all the other things that students are busy with can be challenging. In college, you definitely take fewer classes.
For long study sessions to late night homework, advanced classes can take up a large part of students' daily routines.
Sometimes I'm up all night. It's kind of crazy.
For some students, the benefits of honors and AP classes outweigh the stress and time and commitment.
If it's something that you really want to do, like if you want to go into a science or math field, then the APs are a more direct route.
If you care about your mental health a lot, don't take the class.
The reality of honors and AP classes goes beyond grades, impacting students' schedules and stress levels and overall high school experience. As students and teachers continue to navigate these demanding courses, the reality of honors and AP classes are a balance between opportunity and pressure. Using power block time to do activities can be very beneficial. Now let's go to Reese.
Thanks, Bree. We have asked students and faculty their thoughts on having activities within classrooms during power block. The benefits of this includes limiting wandering and encouraging students to put down the phones and interact with each other.
Most teenagers spend their life online, even when surrounded by friends.
I'm usually on my phone or I am talking to my acquaintances.
That's my break, and I like to just relax and not have to do anything.
Some power blocks have fun activities in their class, such as puzzles and Fun Food Fridays. These activities can boost student interactions and limit the use of screens.
I would not be opposed to having specific or asking specific teachers if they wanted to volunteer, like a classroom for making puzzles, like in Longo's room, or do extra artwork down in an art classroom, maybe music on stage in the auditorium.
So I think a big reason why I do have the puzzles back there, especially in the last 5 or 6 years, is the fact that it keeps their phones away. They tend to leave them on the door, especially if there's 20 minutes left in class. They're less likely to go get their phones if a puzzle is there for them to just kind of mess around with. And I've noticed just naturally, without me even drawing attention to it, it stops them from just going on their devices.
The days that we don't have Fun Food Friday, most students are on their phones the whole time. But when we have Fun Food Friday, people are eating together, talking together, just like at a family table.
When teenagers put the phone down, they find they have more in common with the person beside them than they may think.
I think it gives kids an opportunity just to kind of sit and talk, and especially if they don't have homework, it gives them an opportunity to kind of just do something hands-on, which a lot of people don't tend to do these days. But I also see it as an opportunity to interact with each other, and even when I have no work to do, I can kind of go over and interact with them, which is something that I love about it.
Oftentimes in Power Block, when students are bored with nothing to do, they resort to wandering. Mr. Hanna especially has experience dealing with this issue.
That's a great question, Reese. We do see that a lot, but I think a lot of times it's kids wandering off to see other teachers, but sometimes they are literally just trying to go out, use the bathroom, see their friends.
After speaking with everyone, we have come to the conclusion that people work and feel better when they put down the phones and have an activity to do with other students during Power Block. Screen time affects students daily. It affects their interactions and how attentive they are in social situations. Let's head over to Bella to learn more about this issue.
Thank you, Reese. See, now we know in today's world that our electronics are a big deal to us, always distracting us, and we freak out if they're not near us. I think we all want to know whether screen time affects students.
I think every study out there says that the devices and screen time does affect this generation, and I also think it does affect other generations as well.
A lot of teenagers are on their phone, and I feel like that affects how they act.
Recent generations, I think it has shortened the attention span.
I mean, I don't think my screen time affects me that much.
So I think too much screen time is not healthy for students. I think it definitely affects their mental health. I think it takes them away from interacting with their peers, with teachers.
Across the nation, we've seen different policies regarding phones in classrooms. What are West Bridgewater schools doing to combat screen time?
Being in the middle school, they actually don't have their phones, and it has 100% brought up participation.
So we banned them at the middle school. This is the first year that they need to stay in their lockers for the whole day. We were just finding in some of the non-instructional time, like break in the hallways, at lunch. Kids weren't, they were just, their heads were in their phone.
School and college both. A lot of kids would become distracted by their phones during class, so I'd say it's better without them.
The first year we went to no phones in the classroom, teachers were so excited. They were like, oh my God, the kids are actually talking to me. They're actually talking to each other. As I think everyone is aware of how phones are really affecting students' mental health. So I foresee in the near future that it going up to the high school level as well.
West Bridgewater's solution is banning phones for the middle school, but the rest of the schools have some concerns with the phone policy for the high school.
This possible desire to put some restrictions on screens and on devices, I definitely think they are necessary. They're good. There's a lot we can get from them, but there are an awful lot of downsides to them, and it's those downsides that do need to be addressed.
I would definitely put some restrictions on them, though. Of course, I know that they've been working on that across the world, but I think more proactiveness on restrictions, but definitely keep social media as a whole and electronics around.
Some pros are, I think some of the apps can help us with our schoolwork, and then the cons are people can use like AI and cheat that way.
I think it's a very good thing because like we're more in contact with people, we have more knowledge, but I also think it's bad because we're so dependent on our phones for knowledge.
Pros is just the access to the information, I know a lot of the online calculators are really good in a math classroom, but I also do think that the amount of time kids spend on just the social media, on watching videos is not productive.
We know that electronics have been a serious issue since they first came out, and we have a lot of people agreeing with us. How do you feel about them? Now we have Joey taking the wheel to give you information about whether school really does take mental health seriously.
Thanks, Bella. Mental health is important for everyone, but does this school truly invest in the mental health of its students? JD gave us a great answer on what he thinks about the school's mental health. Do you think this school takes mental health seriously?
I think the school does take mental health seriously. Like, if I'm ever distressed, like, I've seen a couple staff members, like Mr. Hannah and such, like, come and ask me what's wrong.
I think to a point, yes. Like, they do stuff in school, they do advisories, and they have, like, mental days, and they have guidance, obviously.
Absolutely, I do think it does. If you look at the number of guidance counselors and people down there that we have that are there, that are accessible to students and even teachers with their mental health, I absolutely do think the school takes it seriously.
Students can struggle significantly from burnout and heavy workloads. At least 50% of students experience academic burnout or significant stress directly linked to their homework workloads.
Absolutely, I do. I just know personally the amount of schoolwork that I bring home, and among all the responsibilities and everything that I have outside of school, the pressure that's always looming of the work that I need to do, it can very easily cause extra stress and burnout. And for students, I'm sure it's the same. A lot of the students are involved in athletics and the play and other activities outside of school. Throw homework on top of that, and the stress and potential burnout is absolutely there.
In like being in a stressful environment all day, working all day with a whole bunch of just classwork and computer work, and then having to go home doing homework, I think it can be very stressful on students, especially students who have sports or after-school activities, and students who also have a job, and they almost have no time for homework, and I think it just stresses them out to the max.
Well, it looks like the school does a great job of supporting students if they are ever struggling mentally. That's all for this edition of Wildcat News. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and have a great day.